Back again, just like I promised everybody. Welcome to Psycho's Platters and a CD, termed Episode 8, Signed Albums Part 4. Gonna keep going on this until I really don't have anything else to show you as far as for autographed albums and stories are concerned. Go to a concert when you can, okay? Keep trying, guys. Keep trying because you're gonna have stuff too to tell stories to your kids, grandkids, and, well, other fellow music collectors. And I'm going to tell you now, start a channel, guys. If you guys love like what I do, I enjoy talking to you guys and learning things too. Please, please start a show. My friend Tim did. Hey, my son just showed up in here. This is what live TV's like because you just never know who's going to pop over. By the way, may or may not continue to be sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. It's, well, worth the trip if I had one. So we start off with the next one that I want to show you here. Hey, what was it? Back in the middle of the 2000s, I went to this little festival over in Rockford, real cheapo festival. Usually only cost $10 to get in. But it was raining like cats and dogs, and I'm like, you know what? I was running late because I had to go to work, blah, blah, blah. Went and found out from the inside, hey, when's this concert going to end because I'm here to pick up somebody? Wink. And they told me when, so I waited till the encore so at least I could listen to their biggest hit. And then the snow fence was down, and I managed to get myself backstage. And just before this big, beefy, black security guard's hand went on my back to yank me, the drummer turned around and said, "Oh, no, no, it's okay, it's okay. Let him in." The Romantics. You know who the Romantics are from the early 80s. You know, everybody knows that song, "What I Like About You." Yeah, they kind of overplay that, I know. But it's one of my favorites. Needless to say, guys, three-fourths of the band is still together. Yeah, that's right. The drummer's not with them. He's still up in Detroit because that's where these guys are from. He plays on the albums and such, but they got the drummer for the Elvis Brothers, who was a band that was on Portrait at one point or another. This one here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Black Emperor Records label. Yeah, like I said, What I Like About You, indeed. Right? Right. That's fun stuff. One of the best trios in 70s prog rock. Who, you say? Emerson, Lake and Palmer, that's who. And you all know that Emerson came from, let's see, The Nice. Remember them? Most people don't. Greg Lake came from King of Crimson. Yes, one of my favorite little bands, too, also. And Carl Palmer came from the crazy world of Arthur Brown and Atomic Rooster. You stick them all together, and you get yourself Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Yeah, here comes the rooster. That's cute. Well, Carl Palmer decided he was going to be really nice, and this was maybe about 7, 8 years ago, back up in a little drum store in Palatine, Illinois. He showed up, did a nice personal appearance, and that's how I got this Tarkus album signed. Yeah, I know you can probably barely see it, but it's signed by Carl Palmer. Back in those days too. Yeah, back when prog rock meant something. How about, hey, this is how funky. Want to look at the gatefold? There's the gatefold. I don't know what drugs everybody was on, but that's okay. So Tarkus, autographed by Carl Palmer. But what other band you say was he in? Oh, come on. Everybody knows the other band he was in. Asia. That's right. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have Asia 1, Asia, because I like Asia. But Asia Alpha was just as good. It was. Look at this. Pure Roger Dean cover. And he has got beautiful artwork. He has been doing this since the 60s, and he continues to do it for major bands. Asia, yes. Uriah Heep, Gentle Giant. Who else? There's even some more offshoots. He'll just keep doing it, and I'm glad he does, too. This one here, of course, from 1983. Don't Cry. Smiles Left Your Eyes. The good classics on this one. Didn't sell as much as the first album did, and John Wetton left shortly afterwards. Of course, yeah, back cover C, and on the sideways Geffen label. Okay, I got other ones I'll show you about Carl Palmer on another broadcast. Another time I happened to go to a Gazzardo Music in Rockford, Illinois. They're still around too, and if you're out and about that area, check on them, because every month or every other month they still do clinics with musicians and such. Back around 2005, there was a tour called the 3B Tour, which was an offshoot of the 3G Tour, which is three guitarists playing guitar music, just instrumentals. There was no vocals. Well, for 3B, they did bass. Yeah, that's right. Kind of goofy. I don't understand how you can get three bass players. But they had Jeff Berlin, who is one of the best jazz bass players, period. And then they also had Stu Hamm, who is the bass player for Joe Satriani. Okay. The third guy that was in this particular element played on this album. That's right, David Lee Roth, Eat 'em and Smile, signed, right over here, by the way, by Billy Sheehan. Now, I know you're maybe saying to yourself, well, who the hell's Billy Sheehan? Billy Sheehan got his start in an early 80s band named Talus. Really good stuff there. Followed by a band after he left David Lee Roth. He went to Mr. Big. See? Inner Slave. Yeah, I know that is kind of funny, isn't it? There's him here in all his 1986 glory, when hair metal was king. Point is that he was all right. He was very laid back, actually. He was the only one in the room that had sunglasses on, and it was like November, December. Whatever, that's fine. Needless to say, he's still with Mr. Big, and he still does other music projects. Go to his website, check out his goodies there, but not one to be missed. Okay, here's a story for you. Back in 2005, I went and was backstage security again. Remember, in 2004, I worked for Eddie Money. Well, in 2005, I ended up working for Night Ranger. That's right, Night Ranger. Don't say anything wrong about Night Ranger, James. I know you don't know who they are. This particular album here, Midnight Madness, and this particular one here, okay, I love both of these albums, both signed to me. And I mean, like, okay, for this one here, all right, You Could Still Rock in America, come on. You got to crank that up to 11. Sister Christian, Motorhead, yeah, If you've seen Boogie Nights and a bunch of other films, it's in there too. When You Close Your Eyes, Do You Really Dream About Me? No, I'd be vomiting if it was that the case. But, so anywho, shut up, James. So anywho, for this particular one, okay, this one here, like I told you, signed by 4 of the 5 band members. Who would that be? Jack Blades. Yeah, that's right. Multi-talented, faceted guy here. Also in Damn Yankees. Yep, I miss Damn Yankees. They need to make a third album. And also Shaw Blades with Tommy Shaw. Let's see here. Who else? Kelly Keagy, the drummer since day one. He's pretty damn good. He's the one that sings, Sister Christian and all, It was about his sister. Brad Gillis, guitar extraordinaire. This man is damn talented. He got his start with Night Ranger when they were called Ranger, of course. But meanwhile, he filled in for Ozzy Osbourne on his 82 Diary of a Madman tour when, of course, the late Randy Rhoads died. So Brad took over for almost a whole year. And when I met him, I said, I have a picture of him playing the guitar with his eyes rolled back in his head. And I said, you know what, my friend? Now I know why Ozzy picked you, because when you play, you're like a man possessed. And I wasn't lying about that. And lastly, Jeff Watson, who, he's no longer in the band anymore. I heard he's in a new super group though, which I'll find out the name of that one soon too. The only one, of course, that didn't sign this album or this album was Alan Fitzgerald, who he hasn't been in the band for many a year. In fact, they got a new keyboard player, but during that tour, it happened to be oh my mind's escaping me right. He used to play with Great White, and so I got his autographs too, as well. Lastly, here, let's see, Leon Russell. That's right, Leon Russell. Will o' the Wisp, classic early '70s stuff with Leon's autograph from his 2005 appearance at the Woodstock Opera House in Woodstock, Illinois. The man still signs. He's really good. A ton of his stuff is reissued. Go get the reissue and the one that he did with Elton John last year. Really good stuff. And lastly, Al Stewart, 24 carats. Ha ha ha. Get it? Instead of 24 karat gold. Yeah. Late 70s fun on this one. Let's see what I hear. Running Man's good. Midnight Rocks. Oh, I love Midnight Rocks. Lots of good stuff here. On the, of course, Sideways Upside Down Arista Records. Beautiful clean copy on this one. Very nice man too. If you have a chance to go see him in concert, please do so. He currently also plays guitar with a man named David Ramanoff. Really talented pair when you get to see them together. Till next time. Shut up, Tally. Till next time. Take care. Rock on.